warm welcome on the new episode of Pavni Tells. I hope you all are doing good, fine, staying safe, right? So, last time the story that we did was the part 2 of the Indian fairy tale saga, that was Vikram and Betal. So, we did until the chapter 1010, part 2. So today, what we are going to do is that we are going to be taking the series ahead, and we are going to be sharing the chapter 11 onwards, right? The recapitulation from the last episode was that the trader had left two of his blind sons with the king, right? And being blind, they proved to be, talented in their own respective areas, right? Post which the trader gets back to the palace and repays the king the 1000 gold coins that he collected from the king for his business. Now the trader is ready to take his sons back with him. Let's see, is the king really going to send these three off together? Or what has king in his mind? So the chapter 11 of Vikram and Betal stories, the king's justice. Let's get started. The blind sons came, and as the three were leaving, the king asked the old man, who was the trader, "I have seen your son's talents. What is yours?" The old man replied, "I can tell the reality of a man," he said. The king asked, "Who am I?" "You are the son of a thief," said the old man. The king was very angry. The king was very, very, very furious and angry. He ordered the beheading of the old man and his two sons. As the story ended, Betal asked Vikramaditya, was the king justified in ordering the execution of the trader and his two blind sons? Speak up, or I will break your head into pieces. King Vikramaditya replied, "No, the act was unjustifiable. The king really was the son of a thief. But the old man is to be blamed too. He should have realized what he was saying." Betal said, "Your judgment is praiseworthy. But because you have spoken, I am going." Saying so, Betal flew. Betal flew off. King Vikramaditya drew his sword and went after Betal to catch him again. The chapter 12, Princess Chandralekha. King Vikramaditya cautiously approached the peepal tree. The corpse was hanging upside down as usual. He took the corpse down. Placing it on his shoulder, he marched towards his kingdom. On the way, Betal, the ghost, said to him, "I am going to tell you another story. Listen to it carefully and answer my question wisely. Otherwise, I will break your head into pieces." So Betal began telling the story. There was a beautiful princess named Chandralekha in the kingdom of Magadha. Many princes from far and wide wished to marry her. But to their disappointment, Chandralekha did not find any one of them suitable. Days went by. Chandralekha's mother became very worried. She was surprised that Chandralekha did not like even one of the suitors. One day, she asked Chandralekha, "Why have you rejected all the marriage proposals? Did you not like any one of them? What qualities are you looking for in your future husband?" she asked. Princess Chandralekha thought for a moment and then replied, "My husband should be strong and talented. He should also be courageous. Her mother said, if this is so, then look for these qualities yourself in the princess who proposed to you for marriage. Chandralekha replied, yes, mother, I will. Some days later, a prince named Virendra came and proposed to Chandralekha. She did not beat about the bush and asked, what is your expertise? Virendra replied, I tell the fortunes of people, and I have never been proven wrong. Chandralekha told him to be their guest till she made up her mind. The prince was taken to the guest chamber of the palace. The next day, another prince by the name of Udayveer arrived in the palace. He too proposed to Chandralekha. She said to him, if you wish to marry me, I would like to know what your skills are. Let's see now what's in store next. The next chapter is The Princess is Missing. Prince Udayveer replied that he possessed a chariot which could run on the land as well as fly up in the sky. He too was asked to stay as a guest by Chandralekha. Next day, a prince named Dhananjay proposed to Chandralekha. Princess Chandralekha put up the same question to him as she put up to the other two princes. He replied, I am an unparalleled warrior. No one can face me. He was also invited to stay as a guest by Chandralekha. Everything seemed to be going well when something terrible happened. Chandralekha was found missing from the palace. She could be found nowhere. A detailed search was made, but there was no trace of her. The worried queen sent for Prince Virendra. She said to him, you must know by now that princess is missing. You are a fortune teller. Please find out where she is. The prince went into a trance. The next chapter. The princess is rescued. Then he made some calculations on a piece of paper and said, a giant in the hope of marrying the princess has kidnapped her. The panicked queen went to her room. She summoned all the three princes in her room. Then she made a request to them, saying, please save my daughter Chandralekha. The three princes got down to work immediately. Prince Virendra drew a map to reach the giant's palace. Prince Udayveer offered to take the two princes in his magical chariot. Prince Dhananjay drew his sword, and they all flew in the chariot towards the palace of the giant. The giant was furious to see the three princes in his palace. He rushed to fight against them. Dhananjay fought him. A fierce fight took place between him and the giant. Finally, Dhananjay cut off the giant's head with his sword. The giant lay dead. All the three princes were very happy. The next chapter, The Dilemma. Chandralekha and all the other three princes returned to the kingdom. The queen was very happy to see Chandralekha alive and well. She thanked all the three princes. Now all was well. Everybody was happy, but something new was happening. The three princes were arguing amongst themselves as to who should the princess get married to. Prince Virendra said, if I had not told about the whereabouts of the princess, you would not have found her. So it is me who should marry her. Prince Udayveer argued, it was due to my chariot that we could reach the giant's palace. Prince Dhananjay stated, had I not fought the giant, everyone would have been dead, and the giant would have married Chandralekha. Finally, it was decided that the Princess Chandralekha should herself choose her future husband. Betal said to Vikram that now answer the question. Chandralekha should herself choose her future husband. So what should be the answer? Asked Betal to Vikram. So whom did she marry? Who was the most deserving of the three princes? Vikramaditya's answer. The next chapter. Betal continued. Let me remind you that all the three princes made almost the same contribution towards the release of Chandralekha from the hands of the giant. And as always, if you do not answer my question correctly, I will break your head into pieces. King Vikramaditya was silent for a few moments and then replied, as the saying goes, might is right. So it would be the Prince Dhananjay who was the most suitable to marry Chandralekha. If he had not killed the giant, it would have been impossible to free the princess. Betal said rightly and mentioned that rightly judged Vikram. But you have spoken in spite of my warnings. Now I have no choice but to leave you and return to the tree. Having said so, Betan left the shoulder of King Vikramaditya and flew away to his peepal tree. A furious Vikramaditya drew out his sword and ran after Betal to catch him once again. Right? So I hope you all enjoyed these few chapters in our part 3 of Vikram Betal stories. Right? Let us see in our next episode that does Betal get back to Vikram or Vikram has to again hunt to get Betal to his kingdom. So I hope you enjoyed the part 3 of Vikramaditya stories. Right? We shall be back with the next episode with the new set of stories from Vikram Betal with some short puzzles towards the end of the stories. Right? So please continue to watch different parts of Vikram or Betal stories on our channel Pavni Tales. If you enjoy, please like, share and subscribe to our channel. Till then, signing off for today. Stay safe, take care and love you all children. Take care. We shall be back in our new episode of Vikramaditya and Betal part 4.